Hey guys, hope you're having a good day under the circumstances. If you're locked in and you want to hear some music, you can check in with me every day because I plan to do a song a day. Now, today's song is a traditional Mexican folk song that many of you are probably familiar with from the 80s. It was on the soundtrack of a popular movie of the same name. And the song is La Bamba. In the 80s, the soundtrack song featured, was performed by a band called Los Lobos. And a little bit of background about this song is it's a very popular traditional Mexican song, especially in the Veracruz area of Mexico. And you oftentimes will hear this at a Mexican wedding. It's a very popular wedding song. Now, a little bit more about the song. No one really knows who wrote it, and some estimates put it as far back as 400 years ago. So it has a distinction of landing at #1 on the U.S. charts. And the two things about this song, it was the only song that is non-English to ever go to #1. Also, it is the oldest song to go to #1. So, on this rendition, I do a little guitar interlude, and for me to play the rhythm and the melody at the same time. And quite frankly, what I use on my regular gigs, my live gigs, is I do what's called live looping. And I use a little device that allows me to loop a segment of music and then go back and layer over the top of it. And a lot of my musician friends are familiar with it, but a lot of you people who are not musicians may not know that I'm even doing it. But for disclosure, full disclosure and transparency, I want you to know that a lot of times on my gigs, I do use what's called live looping. So it's still considered live music. I never use backing tracks and never had to. And quite frankly, I don't have a lot of respect for people that are using the backing tracks. But that's just me. I like 100% live, but for this song, I'm going to use what's called a looper. It's a live loop, so I'm going to loop it and then play along with it. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, La Bamba. Oh, by the way, I put a link in my comment section on my Facebook and my YouTube channel. If you're so inclined to helping support a washed-up, out-of-work musician, click that tip jar button, and I appreciate any support I can get. I usually do 400 to 500 gigs a year, and right now I'm down to 0. I know a lot of other musicians that are hurting as well, and that's why on social media you're starting to see a lot of these guys pop up and do a virtual tip jar like me. And you know what? They should. If you're a full-time musician, this might just be the way you can get over this hump until this whole virus thing is cleared up. By the way, those of you who have been tipping, I can't tell you what it means to me. Gordon, Lynn, thank you. That was a very generous tip, and you didn't have to do that. And I don't expect you people to tip every day, because I'm going to do a song a day. But on particular songs, if it moves you and it lifts your spirit, or it makes you have a fond memory of maybe coming to one of my happy hour gigs and hanging out with me, then, drop a tip or leave a nice comment. And well, without further ado, let's play La Bamba. How about that? Hear it? Okay, so now it's looping. How about that Beatles outro? Guys, thank you so much for giving it a listen. I'm Mooney Man. Tip jar link is in the comments. Thank you for your support. Love you guys. God bless.